gorgeous, I'm the Fairy Voice Mother, and today I'm going to be reacting to Aerials by System of a Down, of whom I have never heard. Things just slip through the net, don't they? And today will be the first time I've heard any of their songs, so apparently this is a good one to start with. Oh, and I have this gorgeous student called Michaela who has this band, and so I'm repping their merch. New Saviours. Wow. I'd love to know where this is, if it's real. Hello, goodness me.
Life is a waterfall. We're one in the river and one again after the fall. Swimming through the void, we hear the word. We lose ourselves, but we find it all. 'Cause we are the ones that wanna play. Always wanna go, but you never wanna stay.
Oh, brilliant.
And we are the ones that wanna choose. Always wanna play, but you never wanna lose.
Oh, there's so many glorious layers we can go in and unveil together, and that is only possible because it is mixed so well. Who mixed this? Andy Wallace. So delectable layers of a song are one thing, but the transitions between them are another, and this song has just everything. So you see how we start the song with this kind of atmospheric whooshy sound? The wind actually goes up and down in pitch. And then the cello, maybe, it sounds like a cello, then does that same sort of pitch pattern. So these patterns are already starting to emerge, and that's not all. Our rhythm starts in this cello section as well. Can you hear? It's kind of like a shaker, but it's... It's so teeny weeny tiny, but it's just enough for you to start to feel where the rhythm's going. And then that rhythm is taken over by the guitar arpeggios. Things come in and then drop out and come in and drop out, because now what we've got coming in is a lead melody in the form of a bass line. Atmosphere, rhythm, melody. Ooh, it's so cool. So I would guess the story is that System of a Down decided to have a little jolly to an alien world, and lo and behold, they encounter an alien child, and so the alien is now having a fabulous time surrounded by legs. These lyrics are so poetic. Life is a waterfall, we're one in the river and one again after the fall. It's like, wherever you go, there you'll be, no matter how far you run. So cool! I'm just looking here that this was released in 2001, and blimey, it's got worse, hasn't it? I love lyric writing like this. They are so brilliant. They capture so much in not a lot of words. And that's what good poems are. There were no lyrics until the little alien boy was brought into the world, and then all of this confusion and parallels and like drama and glamour begun. As soon as that was available, the melodic themes start to creep in, and it builds and builds and builds, but it's not there yet, and then pff, shit show begins. And then we come to the way that the melody is sung.
We're one in the river and one again after the fall. We lose ourselves, but we find it all.
That's really big. We find it all in a big way. And it's also interesting, that little vibrato. It sounds like it's influenced by Eastern influences.
You never wanna lose.
Really pretty dynamics on the word lose, which is generally a rather hopeless word, so it makes sense for it to come down both in pitch and in dynamics.
Aerials in the sky. When you lose small mind, you free your life. Life is a waterfall. We drink from the river, then we turn around and put up our walls. Swimming through the void, we hear the word. We lose ourselves, but we find it all.
So much pain, but we find it all. It's like, you didn't want to find it all though, did you? But you did, and it sucks. How the ladies never actually look at him. They're always looking around at maybe the bigger, better deal, or to see who's looking at them. Little things like this, just so brilliant. And now we've got that melody that was in the bass at the very beginning with the words on it, and they happen to be one of the most important lyrical phrases in the song because it has like the name of the song in it and all of that kind of stuff.
When you lose small mind, you free your life.
And it's funny because this come up last week. I was talking about how ABBA do this. Put their chorus melody, or one of the most important melodies in the song, straight away in their intro so that when it comes back again, you're familiar with it. It just helps you stay in the song because you're like, yeah, I've been here before, kind of, but not really. So it's exciting enough to keep listening, but familiar enough to feel like you're, you know, in it. It's quite literally aerials in the sky as well because there's dancing around in the actual sky above them. That's amazing what a big budget can bring to life, isn't it? So well arranged musically. You see how the guitar chord just kind of holds on and sits as a nice little pad for him to go da-na-na-na-na-na, put up our walls. He does that chorus, and then when he stops singing, then the guitar gets a little bit more funky, so we never feel like we're being bombarded and it's too much, and we also never get bored. Life is a waterfall. We drink from the river, then we turn around and put up our walls. The lead singer of this band loves a bit of twang, and he knows how to use it. In the higher notes, we get that twang effect all the time, which is like that kind of harsh sound as opposed to like an opera sound.
Life is a waterfall.
If you've been here before, you've probably heard me speak about twang being a knob. You can kind of turn it on and then turn it off again. Like a little gradual reshaping of the vocal apparatus. We know that he's really good at this. He doesn't just use it for his high notes. Obviously, it's very helpful for high notes because it allows a little bit more of a controlled environment for the voice to resonate. But he also can turn it on very manually, and we hear this in this like little middle section.
When you lose small mind, you free your life.
As he's in this lower octave, we can hear he doesn't need the twang because he starts it very open. When you lose small mind, you free your life. You see how it turns on? And he could have just done, when you lose small mind, you free your life. But no, it's far more specific than that.
When you lose small mind, you free your life.
It's an actual tone change.
Cause we are the ones that wanna play. Always wanna go, but you never wanna stay. We are the ones that wanna choose. Always wanna play, but you never wanna lose.
They're in a circus! Oh, that's so cool! A, because of the aerial artist would naturally be in a circus, and it's kind of like a symbolism of life just being like a circus, and it's all just a big show. I love those two layers there, and one of them kind of goes down and one stays the same. It gives it that sort of live edge to it, even though it's not, you know.
Free
else I love? The starting note of the chorus. So the guitar is this lovely A-flat power chord, and we call it a power chord because it doesn't have the middle note in it that tells you if it's minor or major. So it's just power. And then on top of that, our melody note is... Isn't it clashy in the best way? Obviously it's not there, it's up here. So it gives it enough distance to not sound too demonic, but it's demonic nonetheless. And then another thing that's really lovely about it harmonically is after the beginning of the lead melody starts there, it kind of does a... There's some major notes in there, so it's got this beautiful, happy, sad kind of vibe to it.
We are the ones that wanna choose.
Very interesting harmonically, it is by no means stale. So this is in C minor, which means likely the guitarist would have had to tune their guitars down really low. So normally the lowest string on a guitar is E, but they probably would have tuned it to be that as the lowest note. So that means that bass note is played on a really slack string. So it's gonna have that kind of more heavy sound because of the slackiness, you know. The little crazy eyes are a nice touch. It's so funny, like the first time the little alien smiles is when he sees the cash. That's really cool, the double chorus, the first one in the higher octave, and then the second one, it kind of lets you down gently, brings the song gradually to a close. And that's what this song's all about, you know, like layers and transitions and a really smooth journey. That little aspirate word, high, is kind of reminiscent of how we opened the song as well, with all of the wind, so it's high and windy.
When you free your eternal prize.
Very pretty vocal tone. That is a Middle Eastern / Eastern string instrument. There is like a gazillion, so I don't know which one it is, but there's definitely Middle Eastern / Eastern influence on this, 100%, and I love that so much! That is a bit of me. A very big bit. Yeah. Now the little alien baby's all alone with no cash, no cars, and no nice legs. Come full circle, inside a circle. Tell me as quick as possible if you want me to do more reactions to them, because if not, I'm just gonna go listen to their album because this is so up my street. This is exactly my cup of tea and I just want to drink it all at once. I will restrain myself though. It would be my duty as a, whatever I am, reactor. That was so good! I love everything about this song, everything. I've enjoyed analysing this so much, I just want to keep on going because there's so many layers and there's so much to talk about. Well, it's almost time to love you and leave you until next week, but today's oracle card says, "You're the dog's bollocks. I think you might need a cheerleader right now. You have no idea how amazing you are. Recognize your traits, your skills, your worth. You beautiful human, you." Oh, that's a lovely one. I love that one. That's the best one. That's my favourite one so far. It's true. you are. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. If there are any singers you would like to see me analyse, please do let me know down below in the comments. Don't forget to hang out with us at our premiere. It's usually every Friday at 8 PM. And if you're here at the premiere, big premiere hug for you. And if you're here at any other time, big hug for you. And I cannot wait to see you again in the next video. Bye. Can you see me? Can I see you? Maybe. Cello. Christ, I did all that in one breath. A band which... Why does that sound? A band which... I don't know. That is not funny at all. That's not funny at all. Wow. A band which I have actually... Stop it. You're being silly now. A band which I have actually never... I can't say that.